indeed. But yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I hear that.
I had to record. I gotta record that because that's our science right there, man. Even if we don't share, we gotta, we gotta document that.
Uh, uh, Indeed, God.
Yeah, yeah.
We got a
Master
lot. We
I.
got a lot of people that forgot about that.
That's I see. That's I see how you Lord.
Yeah, peace, peace. I'm doing well, God. How you
Peace,
doing?
God.
Okay. So
I'm trying to
everything.
get the audio. Hold on a second. I'm trying to fix this so I can put you on the speaker where I can hear you better.
Okay.
Gotta find the audio settings on here. Where we at? Okay. Yeah, go ahead though. I can hear you guys.
Okay. Peace. So real quick, God, Master I, did you was you on that call on Saturday? With the
With the
with
real estate?
yeah.
No, I didn't get a chance to make it this time.
Okay. But you're usually on those calls though.
I haven't been able to join one yet. I'm only been just doing the knowledge to the chat. I've been trying to get on, but yeah, things has been going on the weekend, so I haven't caught them when they've been, hosting them.
Okay.
But the plan is to definitely start getting involved in them going forward.
Well, do you know Kislam? Who do you know that actually connected you to all this?
The guy Daquan that's down in Petersburg, close to
Okay.
Richmond, is the
I
one
don't
that.
know. I don't know Daquan.
Yeah, his name is Daquan. That's what it should come up in there.
Okay.
He's from Pelon originally.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the god.
Yeah, he's the one that told me about it and put me on, and there's two other guys in that chat group, and I guess with that real estate investment group that he knows as well that he's been working with. Yeah, go ahead
well,
though. What's the science behind it?
no, I wanted to just add on and connect the dots and let you know that I'm on there, as well doing the knowledge. Um, I was put on by the God Infinite Thought. Infinite Thought, me and Infinite Thought go back for a couple of years, go back to like maybe I want to say maybe 2013, 2014. Good God, he has a lot of IT experience as well. Um, you know, he helped furnish, a lot of my archives, like, in terms of like, old degrees, old sons, man degrees, old books, and all of them on PDF. And
Oh, okay.
he also has he built his own NAS system. So he was telling me about the whole NAS system, for a
Oh,
minute.
okay.
So when you started building on it, you kind of like connected. You added some more clarity to the whole science and everything. But he has a system as well in P-Lawn, and he's into the music and everything, and him and Keith have a relationship. And Keith is the one who went over to South. I mean, well, pardon me, went out to onto the continent and actually started connecting those dots. He's actually in Kenya, but he also makes his way to South Africa as well. So I just like I said, I just wanted to connect the dots. Maybe willfully, one of these days while you up here, we could go check Infinite Thought, and you could build with him, a little bit more as well.
Yeah.
He's also in the
Also,
same side.
also bring him on to one of these Zoom calls as well. Where's he at? Is he in Now Why?
He's in Pelon. He's in the Pelon. Yes.
Oh, he's in. Okay.
Yeah.
There was another guy I saw. We had,
The
we
audio,
had
God. Your
an
audio,
IT.
you breaking up, God. Say that again.
All right, hold on a second.
Yeah. Was you able to hear him on Spring Mathematics?
Yeah, God, I know his wisdom. He was
Oh,
breaking up.
he was breaking up. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking up on my end as well. Yeah, so that call, God Supreme Matter, right? That call, they do it on a Google, they do it on some, via Google, and I'm not able to record it. I gotta build with the God closer, like I don't have a a, a, a personal relationship with him, but I mean I guess I get in contact with via the chat. But in terms of like, those calls, there's a lot of information going on, and a lot of it does happen fast. And like I would like to have a recorder so I could go back over it, and I could, slow it down a little bit, and I could absorb the all the information more efficiently.
Right, exactly, God.
Yeah.
All right, peace, God. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hey, somebody. Yeah,
when I was driving, man, I was out in the sticks. I'm trying to get back to civilization now, man. So yeah, what I was saying is okay, the God Infinite Thought, he's in Pilon. There was another God we got on the Zoom call with that was in IT. He was down in Miami or something like that. Or down in
Oh, when me and you got on the call, we talk about Knowledge Born.
yeah, Knowledge Born, right.
Right. So
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken, they all tied in with each other. And I think for Knowledge Born was also from Pilon as well. But
Okay.
he well, he at least was in Now Why, and they connected with the God '07 and Kasim. Kasim is the one, who performed at the City of Gods along with '07. I know those brothers for some years, months and days. I know '07 going back to '03. He's a good brother out of the desert. Uh, 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 Kasim, I know him, since I was getting knowledge back in the Born Ciphers as well. Um, uh, uh, you know, and yeah, they all tied it. So going over there and building with Infinite Thought kind of bridged the gap between myself and those brothers again, because like I said, I know I have history with them from going back to like the Born Ciphers.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But and building with Infinite Thought, like he's into the whole IT thing. He's into the science of. I mean, he's really more on entertainment level, but he works with that field via, the IT field via that. You know.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
heard what you said as far as him setting up a network attached storage system. So I was gonna say, I mean, you can add them on to the phone bills so we can start to collaborate and concentrate our resources together, on
Correct.
building it together.
Correct.
Yeah, I got you. As far as the real estate thing, my plan is to start acquiring some property over in Africa. Tanzania and Kenya is the two areas I'm kind of focusing on, and the God Daquan is the one that put me onto it. So he be on those chats. So at some point, as I got some more capital reserves kind of saved up, and I'll start getting back into it and start building with them on that. I heard what you were saying as far as being able to get the recording. Yeah, they do it on Google Meets.
Yeah.
So I
Cool.
think he do a Google Meets call on Saturdays,
Yeah.
and he talks about the different properties that he's coming across and announcing it to people to see if they're interested in investing in it.
Yeah. And also having he also has some specialists who are on, boots on the ground over there that, actually, know the land and everything, and so he has them on the calls to answer any questions or any concerns for people that may have on this side as well.
Yeah. Yep. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's I mean, the thing with real estate is, and I know Supreme Mathematics will tell you location, location, location. You just need to know about the locations, and anytime you buying something, an asset, you want to know that you're buying an asset that's already halfway sold, meaning that you can immediately turn it around and be able to sell it and not lose any money. Hopefully make a profit on it. So the thing is, we really got to just study some more about those areas in which they doing that development and just make sure the infrastructure is stable. That's a whole nother bill, though, God. We can
Well,
build on
no,
that
no,
another.
God, no. Actually, no.
Yeah.
That's relevant, God, because God, for me, God, my thing is connecting the dots. You know what I'm saying? So I have those students over there, and have some boots in the ground. Well, I have them in South Africa. They're not in. I don't know anybody in Kenya or Tanzania, but you know, like I said, just being able to connect the dots to that world and this world. So that's really
Right.
what I'm and this what this call is about, like really connecting dots and recording the these zooms and everything and drawing all up. Supreme mathematics, you know that world better than anybody that I know. So I come to you and you the better know of that. So I wanted you to just do the analysis so that we could build and you could tell me what you see, because I'm pretty sure you will see things that perhaps I don't see, because that I don't have that same trained eye as you in regards to that. But in terms of like those brothers dealing with that science in that part of the world, and I know, and me knowing you and knowing Master I, I said, okay, the idea is to connect the dots and figure out how we could draw it all up.
Yeah, peace, God. It's great to have wisdom, wise dome. When you're dealing with the manifestation of that continent or any part of the world, the first thing we need to do is sit down and come up with a operating agreement. Because with the way the political party is moving from here over this part of the water and over there, how they're doing it's definitely going to be some new financial operating that we're going to need to do over there. Now, and I say that because when I ask you to look into what's the value or the translation of the currency over there in comparison to what we have here, we would definitely need to raise up a certain amount of money if we're going to do it as a group or syndicate. That way we go into it as a team and then begin to spread out as a team over there with the team over here, and then begin to expand our resources over there, because the dollar over here goes a lot further and is measured differently than the dollar over here. So 100 grand, which they was bringing about in the meeting, the one I spoke to you about when you asked me for my uh, update with it, was like $1 million over there, which was beautiful because now you're getting more, and you didn't have to go through all the scrutiny with the banks and things like that over there, because it's a different program and a system. So I say we look into an operating agreement underneath the LLC with the guards that are over there, and draw up an agreement with that. Once we get something like that, similar to what we spoke about before with Lord Jamel and the operating agreement that we gave for Master Seaguard to review to see if that's something we can work with over here, then we can do that same thing over there. We don't need just a simple operating agreement. We need an operating agreement that spells out the terms and a global map and a global manifestation. So Allah will manifest here, Allah will manifest there, and we're seeing how we can correlate those two worlds to manifest, so we can be able to be what I call a funnel from here to there, so that those who want to go over there can go see it and have some boots on the ground. I also thought about like a timeshare as well, because I have a timeshare where I can travel all over the world. That would be another way for us to be able to go over there and actually spend some time over there and see what they're dealing with, and correlate with them face to face at some time in the future. So that's my take on that first part, with the money wise, the political wise. Now, as far as these brothers, I haven't met with them. I didn't ask much questions. I basically went in that room and I sat back and did the knowledge to get a feel of what it was like to deal with some people mindset that was dealing with that kind of transition, and it was very complex. A lot of information was thrown at one time. It's a lot to digest. So we need to sit down and review that information together. So what I sent you, a lot of information, send it to Master Seaguard so he can see the aftermath of what the brother has sent us for us to review based on the guests that he had there on this last call over the weekend.
Well, hold on, God.
The third that
Master I, don't you get like the updates or everything that you get, Supreme Mathematics? I think all of us get, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Right? So everything
All right.
you
Can the
get
guard
updates, right?
verify he got that?
Master I see.
Everything I receive is in that WhatsApp chat group.
Right. It's in the which, but he also sends out emails too.
No, I don't
Correct.
think I haven't received any of those emails.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
I'll send you whatever I got because I get emails from that group as well.
Okay.
I don't know if you might have put email in there for him to put you on the email list to get all those things that he sends out.
Yeah, true indeed. Hey, let me ask you a question. So normally, man, when I do meetings, I love to have an agenda. So what's the agenda of action items and topics for discussion tonight? Right now, you
I
talking
just,
about
I
yeah.
just was going into it, God. I just spoke about it. It was the operating agreement. The last we left off with you, you supposed to been getting reviewing that operating agreement, right?
All right, but hold on.
And then from
Yeah, even before we talk about the operating agreement, are we talking about for doing this real estate invested co-op? And we got to scope this, right? I mean, were you talking about doing real estate? You talking about doing?
I was just dealing with wisdom being born on
Mhm.
this great day of what y'all were already involved in, not jumping into the IT world, because you know that's not my world. I was just speaking on the real estate as far as where what the God was correlating with you,
Yeah,
relating to the last call that we had.
right.
And the previous call that we had prior to that, we were going to regroup and come back and get an update from what we sent you. I didn't speak to the other brother that you sent me yet because I've been dealing with some other ciphers. However, that's where we left off at. So I wanted to come back to the last bill we had when we was dealing with you getting that information and reviewing it to see if that was something we can work with. Number one.
Indeed, God. All right, peace. And as you rightly called out, God, dealing with today's mathematics and dealing with wisdom and being wise with our words and actions in our time. That's what I wanted to understand before I spoke anymore. So I understood what we're discussing here. So my understanding also was for me to review the operating agreement. I haven't had a chance to look at all the documents. I started reading one, and then applying it towards the IT. That was kind of what the aspect I was looking at, scoping it towards looking
Correct.
at the IT.
Correct. The IT
Yeah,
was first. That is correct,
right,
God.
right.
Right, because
Yeah,
we know Rashim Universal wasn't able to fulfill what he had to do because of he's being ill at the moment. So me and Law Infinite we spoke, and the God did a wonderful job. What I saw from the videos and from those who were boots on the ground that let me know the understanding that was being born on the great day of wisdom understanding relating to our Father house. So that was beautiful. However, I don't want to come back up there and do no speaking at the moment until we get this big whale on our back into some type of format that we can actually present it so it can be ready for the show and prove. It can also be ready for us to build on what we already built on from Mount Morris Park and what you've been building on individually at each parliament and as you've been doing the videos between you and Allah Infinite. Only thing I want to do is give y'all time to put that together in some type of format from 1 to 9. Then once we got that together, then we can correlate what I was just speaking about on the background of that with the wisdom that's being born about the brothers in Africa or in other parts over the globe, and then bringing that to the forum here in the West North America, so we can correlate that into a data system, which is what we need to build when it comes to the commercial real estate side. So I'm not into any of the residential. That doesn't excite me at all. What excites me is when we get the data, the databases that you said that we need to building that in a commercial space and then going to the cloud and doing all that. That's what I'm still on. What we originally spoke about on the Wisdom Equality Day at Mount Morris Park. So I'm giving y'all time to come together to deal with that and get the team together on who y'all need to do, get what that needs to get done. Once you get that complete, then we can go into the real estate, because I don't want to be all over the place. So first things first, let's
yeah.
master what we got on the table about dealing with where we at with AI and where we at with how that operating agreement can work with the AI, the technology, the data, so that what we ask you to look into, like the different questions we spoke to you about, I think you wrote them down, right, Law Infinite? Some of the things that we brought to the guard attention that was doable, and from the last bill in the video.
Right.
All right, true
We was
indeed.
talking
All
about
right.
getting control. We was talking about getting the control. Remember, I kept emphasizing control. That's what I'm holding fast for y'all to
Yeah.
get that together.
All right, peace.
and then
Yeah,
and then moving forward, Master God, when
yeah,
you get to the point where we're getting closer to show and prove, then perhaps maybe you can come up again at the Parliament, maybe in Master Law Y, and give an update from what we're building from now and what you spoke about previously, and kind of give a foundation of what we want to lay down, so we can get some type of educational piece going with this to get as much young minds as we can get, and then at the same time be able to build on a long-term and a short-term goal. Because right now we have nothing. That's what I want to do. I want to lay something down. And then we can get into different systems, the entertainment, the real estate, the IT, security, the data, and then going into any other field that requires all these different changes to take place in our nation, because a lot of people need to get up to speed, God. They're not
all
up
right,
to speed. They're
all right,
they're far behind. So I'm looking for you to bring me up to speed
yeah,
with that.
yeah, all right, peace. All right, so yeah, let's scope this. Let's scope this conversation for tonight. Let's just focus on the IT aspect, and put the
Beautiful. Okay.
Africa real estate discussion on the back burner for for another time.
Well,
All
no,
right,
only reason why I brought that up because
yeah,
like I said, Infinite Thought is involved with the IT. So, but yeah, but I agree. Let's focus on
yeah,
what we need to focus on.
just to scope this. Okay, got it. All right, so Supreme Mathematics. I still need to review
Yes,
the
sir.
operating agreement. As far as the IT infrastructure, I did draft up a document which I sent to Allah Infinite and I sent it to Lord Jamel a few months ago, basically stating exactly. I gave an itemized line by line breakdown on the equipment needed, and then what the cost was, and I shared it with several different guys who also were involved with IT and to get their input and get their feedback. So we have all wise minds, you know what I mean, sourcing wisdom from the crowd to provide input and refine it. So we have the best kind of plan. So as far as what
When
we
was
need
when
is
was
kind
this?
of what we need as far as the IT infrastructure is there, at least with a network attached storage system. That would work for what a lot infinite needs and what to back up everything that Rashim has, as you mentioned from the last call, having the Old Testament and the New Testament, we got
Mhm.
something that'll satisfy that. Okay. The main thing is
Okay.
now how
Okay.
we would raise the capital and finance it. Because a lot infinite, I don't know if you have the time to pull up those emails real quick. I don't remember the exact cost. I'm thinking I gave two cost estimates. I gave a conservative one and another one. If we're gonna raise some more money, we can we can plan for more future growth. Basically, we can buy more equipment that would help us where we'd have some breathing room for a longer time. But if we're not able to raise all that capital, then we can get something at least that would work, like you said, for the short term. And within a year, we're gonna have to come back and regroup and try to raise some more capital to keep expanding. But I think the first short term conservative cost estimate I gave was somewhere around 7,500 to buy the hardware servers and maintain the power, and then also with the bandwidth. So as far as the network connections, those are the three different areas we have to address, right? You got to have the hardware, so that we're talking about all these network attached storage servers to store all the data, the bandwidth, which is the network connection, and then the power to keep everything up and running. All right, and I was like
Okay. And where
75.
would this be located at?
Yeah, well, God, that part, we would love your mind and input on it. We haven't really addressed that. Here's one option though. So there is a way to run like a peer-to-peer network attached storage service where you can distribute the data over multiple different servers and you can house it in different people's houses. So if we put one server in Allah Infinite, another server in Lord Jamel, a server down in your residence, a server in my residence, a server in a few other guards' residence, that would distribute the data amongst all our servers, and that would build redundancy. In case anybody's one
Mhm.
site go down, the data would still be there, and you still be able to host and stream it, and everyone can access it. If that makes sense, God,
Yeah.
it's a system called PeerTube. So it's set up like YouTube, and it distributes the data on the back end across multiple servers that you can house in multiple people's homes. Everybody has to get a
No,
server and just run the same software, and then we have to connect the the servers to one another. So
Where the mainframe gonna be at?
Huh?
Where's the mainframe? Who's gonna be the master controller of the whole system?
I love that question, God. In this case, it's distributed where you don't have to worry about a master server. It's distributed across all the servers, so we all masters.
Got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
we all be masters.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't have.
Go ahead, God. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't have that updated information or the information that you shared
Yes,
with
you're
Allah
right.
Infinite and Lord Jamel with the cost. All right.
Yeah.
So send me that, please. And then what we can do with the cost of that, raising up money, that's something that we can. If you
There
don't
you
want to
go.
bring it before the nation, then we
Yes.
need to sit amongst each other and have
Yes.
that bill on how we can raise
Yes.
that capital up so that we
Yes.
can move forward. We can.
Yes.
Okay. So you
That's
can
where we at.
get that. Now, how long would that take for you to build that system and get it up and rolling? Once you have the money, how long would that take?
There's like a 3-hour YouTube video that shows you step-by-step video recording on how to do it. So I would say take 3 hours multiplied by the time by the amount of servers we have to install it on. And if we have multiple people helping us that understand how it works, I know there's like one other god, Allah Infinite I was building with. You might know the god too, Supreme Mathematics, which is Goldmine, the god Goldmine down in
Oh my.
Okay.
in
I didn't know
Richmond.
Goldmine's into all that. I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, I've been working with him, and he's, because he's been hitting me up about helping him get into IT and cybersecurity and getting a help desk, a technical help desk job. Man, he's been on me. So
Okay.
I sent them all the information on building this peer-to-peer system that I'm building about now, which is Supreme Mathematics and Law Infinite. I sent them everything, and he did the knowledge to it, and he said, "Yeah, I'm on board. I can help with this."
Okay.
So Goldmine and I, you know what I mean? That's 2 people. So let's just say this. Let's say we got 5 systems. It's going to take 3 hours. No, part of self. Let me give you a conservative number, right? Kind of like Star Trek and Scotty. You can do the warp power in 3 hours, but I'm going to tell Captain Kirk 5 hours, right? So I'm going to say conservatively it's going to take me 5 hours. Let's just say a day to do 1 server. And if we got 5 servers, then you're talking about like 5 days to get everything running. But if me and Goldmine do it, then cut that in half, right? You got 2 people who can work on it. So we could do 2 a day.
Got you.
We could do 2 a day.
Got you.
Yeah, there you go, God. But yeah, so Supreme
Okay, now
the technical side is worked out. It's all about the financing. So I mean, that's what we need to do. We need to have another Zoom call when I'm at home. Let me see. I'm not gonna get home until 9:20, so I got 20 minutes to get home. But I need to like bring up the slide deck, and then I can walk you through the slide deck. You know what I'm saying? And then we can talk about finance. The technical part is easy. It's the finance part. I already drafted up what we need technically.
Okay, so send me that information, right?
Yeah.
And then because we don't need to go too deep right now on that. So I gotta understand it. Send me the information that you sent my brothers so I can review that. And then what I was gonna say to you was if it's $7,500, what we're gonna have to start doing is start using other people's money. So if we got a credit card or we got businesses set up, we can actually use a credit card. Everybody can put up a G, 500, whatever we can put up, and let's just charge it. And we make a payment, draw up an operating agreement amongst each other, so that when everything's up and running, we pay back ourselves. This is something that we're doing for ourselves and for our nation. So let's not let money be an obstacle. Okay, so that's something we can do within no period of time. All right.
Right.
All I need is information, and we just go ahead and do what we got to do, God. Because this is paramount. This needs to be done like a lot of power. Okay.
Yeah.
Now my next question was, how would that be able to work with the parliaments and family days and anything else that we want to capture to control? How would that work now?
It works similar to how Allah Infinite just did the recording this past one. With the Pair 2 system, we have more control. So it's not being hosted and ran on any Google server. It's a whole entire separately distribution system. It looks just like YouTube, but it's called Pair 2. If you remember like Napster back in the days, or even like what they got what they got like the torrents, like they got these bit torrents. I don't know if you know anything like that, but how they stream movies and music
Yeah.
through multiple. Yeah, so that's how this works. and it has an interface that you can run from a web server, and it looks just like YouTube. So basically, once the videos are recorded, we can post it on PeerTube, and you can still post it on YouTube. But in this case, on PeerTube, there's no censoring. Like, we don't have to answer to YouTube. You see what I'm saying? It's not Google that's overseeing and managing. It's us, and we can put up anything we want. The live streaming, I'm not sure how that works on that. But anything that's recorded, you can post it on there, and it pops up just like YouTube. And I'll send you an example. I'll send you a link of an example on some other people's websites they got running on PeerTube right now. What was the other thing I was going to mention?
Well, one more thing. We got 10 minutes left, but then once this closes out, we just get back on the same link the same way we did last time, because we got 10 minutes on this one.
Bro. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I think we should be able to complete everything within 10 minutes, guys.
Yeah.
I just about got the understanding what I need on mine.
Yeah, to your question,
I need the paperwork.
Yeah, God, we good. We record everything. We keep it on the network attached storage servers in the back end, and then we push it to the PeerTube front end that's on the web server, which presents it to the whole world. So yeah, Supreme Mathematics. I got everything, God. I got everything already written and drawn up. I've been just waiting for the financing part.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
And let me say one other thing too. When I pushed this to Lord Jamel and Allah Infinite a while ago, I told him that we got to kind of work on the financial aspect, especially how we're going to monetize, because that's the one thing with YouTube in this case is where you run ads, and then the ads help, kind of monetize and pay for things. So that's one thing we got to figure out. But also, let me say this, because this is important. The solution that I've written up and drawn up so far, it satisfies exactly what Allah Infinite needs, and as far as for hosting our parliaments, the show and prove, keeping everything archived. But it won't be a adequate solution or the right solution for what Lord Jamel wants. And I've had bills with Lord Jamel, and I told him that. So before that May Parliament at Mount Morris, when we all met, the prior month before that, when Allah Infinite came down and he came to Lord Jamel's rest, I told Lord Jamel that what Allah Infinite is building on and his business requirements is something very simple. I can solve for that. I can solve it in a week. But what Lord Jamel is asking for, that takes a lot more work. And I haven't drafted up anything because he needs a cloud. He needs a cloud. And I've been telling him that. So I just wanted to put that out there so you know ahead of time. Because Lord Jamel is going to come back and say, he's going to tell us this is not solving what I'm needing. He's going to say that.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to say, we understand this is just a short-term solution, but this fixes our immediate problem, which is preserving our Old Testament and our New Testament as far as all these parliaments.
Well, that's important. That's important because what he wants is really, God. We're talking about our.
They got us on delay out here, bro.
Our own Netflix.
You're not responding.
Can you hear me?
Hit him again. Hit him again, bro. Because I see him over here by the window. Excuse me, God. Go ahead, God. Pardon me. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, what Big Lord Jamel is requiring, God, is it's like I said, it's virtually our own Netflix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he wants Netflix.
Yeah, it's our own Netflix. So that's a larger scope of things. What I'm talking about is just really, at the end of the day, is like you said, God, preserving our Old Testament and bringing it into the New Testament. And that's what Master IC is saying. Like he got a plan for that. It's just a certain finances, but then what Lord Jamel is dealing with is a much wider scope. I mean, it's similar, but it's a much wider scope of things in terms of housing and dealing with and distributing the content that we produce. But the step that I'm talking about first is that would be the first step. Big Lord Jamel, that's step 2, but that's a larger step. That involves a whole lot more.
Yeah.
I agree. So let's just keep it simple. Let's keep it simple, and let's get Lord Jamel on a call with us, so that way we can do the knowledge to his wisdom and take him back to that operating agreement.
'em. Yeah, Michael and Andrew.
Stand by, God. Yeah.
Yeah.
The access thing was
Hey, Allah Infinite, how much time we got left?
We got 5 minutes left.
I'm driving over the Woodrow Wilson Bridge.
I can hear y'all, Lord. Go ahead and
Right.
continue the wisdom. I'm just doing a real quick pickup.
Okay, yeah, we got 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes left. Is there anything else we need to cover? After that, I mean, so you're gonna get him all that information, Master Eye?
Yeah, what's your email address so I can forward you the information?
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Oh, okay, yeah, send that to me, and I'll push it out again tonight when I get home.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
In fact, Allah Infinite, I'm gonna start inviting Goldmine on these calls so he can stay in awareness. You know what I mean? All the development, so he knows what's going on and be prepared to assist.
Okay, so yeah, that'll be peace. I'll also add Infinite Thought. I mean, I think he's working on Sundays around this time. He's usually off on Mondays. We usually get up on Monday evenings, but I'll see what if he can at least get on a call and add on.
Yeah, that's peace.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, God. My son, man, had that accident this week, so that pushed me back.
Okay, how's the guard doing? How's he doing? He's all right?
Yeah, he's coming along, man. The swellings went down. His eyes still, a little bloody and red, and he still got some nosebleeds, but I think that's just everything healing, you know what I mean? Draining from that area and his healing. So, I took him back for the x-rays on Friday morning, and they said, based on what it looks like, it should be able to heal on its own. He won't need no plastic surgery, which is a good thing.
Damn, was that
So,
bad? Like,
no, he don't got no eye damage, that's the main thing. That's good. And his eye ain't, ain't looking crazy like he cockeyed or nothing.
Oh man, I didn't know it was that bad. I didn't know you said I was talking about like plastic surgery and everything. It
Yeah, he broke his eye socket, man. So it's the bone right below, your eye. He broke that bone on your skull. So yeah, man, his face was all swelled up, man. He still got a black eye, you know what I mean? It's still there since Tuesday.
How's his mentality, his mind?
Well, the doctors just said keep him off, electronics, man. I've been trying to keep him in good spirits and good energy, you know what I mean? That's the main thing, keep the energy up. So
he got good energy, good spirits and all that?
Yeah, he all right. He okay.
Okay.
I let him get back on the games yesterday. I played some chess with him the other day, we went out and did some stuff together. So like I said, man, I'm just keeping him up. But he seemed doing all right.
I like to build. I know you're a military man, so when you say he's all right, that might mean like
You're right, God. God, that's one thing I love about you, man. You very perceptive. You know what I mean? You be observant and you see how I am, so you're right what you say. I'm trying to do the best I can. But I know I still got that drill sergeant.
I know what that means. When you say he all right, man. Like is he really all right?
Right. So yeah, I try to check on him. His old earth be on me too, though. She be on me the same way. Like, that's my baby. You better baby my baby, she be saying.
Right.
Shit.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm
traveling. Yeah.
I'm traveling tomorrow, actually. I'm going to Truth Known to go, be with my earth and my baby. So I'll be out there for a little bit, you know what I mean? But I'll still be on call if we need to make anything happen. I'm still, we can make things.
I got you.
All
right, hold on. The call about to end. Let's just jump off and come back on.
Okay. Yeah. We could do that, please.
I'm gonna leave and come right back.
Okay.
All right. Peace.
All right. Peace, girl.
Peace. You hear me? Peace. Everybody's audio is muted.
Yo, peace, God. I hear you.
Okay. Peace. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I was just thinking about getting Goldmine, but he got some he a hard guy to get a hold of. Because I don't know what's going on with his phone line, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So I gotta let him know in advance.
hit him up. You know, what I mean, well, when you get a chance to, get in contact with him, let him know what's happening. I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna do the same thing. When we get off the call, I'm gonna hit Infinite Thought and build with him, um, and
Yeah,
see what his time is like. I say tomorrow, and he's off Mondays and Tuesdays. So, and then like I said, I'm traveling tomorrow. I'm out of here actually tomorrow, like at the equality hour in the AM. So I'm just getting a couple of things together before I do that. I'll probably
you know
most
me.
likely, rest.
I'm teaching the classes Monday through Thursday,
Okay.
so that's why it's hard to get a hold of me, man. My classes is either at 6 o'clock. I'm doing a class that's in San Diego right now, so it don't start till 9 o'clock p.m. But then I'm also on the bill with the guys doing the Weekend of Excellence for that camping event down in Georgia. So that's on Mondays.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
But I
I
mean
was
I
gonna,
can still let me see. They start that call at the God hour. I can always get on the call, do what I gotta do with them for like for the first 40 minutes. And then I can still jump on a call with y'all for like 30 minutes, so long as I'm off like 8, 10.
but you said that, you said that's on Mondays, you said.
Yeah, Monday, yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Tomorrow, like I said, I'm traveling though, so I
Oh,
don't
that's right, you traveling, yeah, yeah.
I don't know what my time is gonna be looking like. You know what I mean? Like I'm out of here like the quality hour. I'll probably get back there, like I said, but I probably won't be getting no rest. So I'll probably be all, jet lagged out and everything.
Gotcha. Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
And so, but I'll definitely touch base with everybody. At least I'll shoot you a text and we'll see where everything is at, and
yeah,
we'll see. We'll make knowledge born and coordinate everything. Make
yeah,
sure it's everything.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, God, if you remember, man, I
Peace,
did
God.
write every yeah, peace, supreme mathematics. I wrote everything
And
up,
I
man.
can't
As far
keep
as
taking me now.
yeah, I wrote
I
it up.
apologize.
Nah, you good, God. I was just saying I wrote everything up, so we ready on the hardware side. I just gotta finish reading the operating agreement and everything you sent me. I haven't had a chance to completely read everything.
So I sent you the guard's email. You got the with the
Yeah,
CU
supreme math.
properties, right? Yeah, CUP properties at Gmail.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep.
I sent it to you. Yeah, I sent it to you. What you call it? So that's
Got
the
it.
mathematics email. You can send that to him.
Yeah.
And
Just real quick, the thing I was gonna say about the stuff in Africa. So I've been to Tanzania, and I got like I said, a good friend of mine I grew up with. I told you on the last Zoom bill we had that um he's from Kenya. His dad is he was a diplomat. I mean they pretty well off as far as Kenyans go. So I still be building with him. So I feel confident that I got enough knowledge and I got people that I know to be making real estate investment. Because here's the thing, you got to know, about the social equality in those areas as far as what's going on with their politics, their government,
yeah,
people, the infrastructure. You got to know because I've seen things about water shortages. So you got to know, like I said, if you as for example, just to make the comparison, if you're going to invest in a real estate property in the U.S., you want to know about that neighborhood. How good is the schools? Is the property values going up, going down? People moving out of the area? Is there radon? Is in there a dump? Is in there a power plant? Is in there a chemical plant? You see what I'm saying? You got to know all these things like that when you talk about real estate. Otherwise, you buying a money pit where you be dumping money into it, and then you be underwater because you can't get out of it. So that's
right.
what I'm saying. You'd have to know that same level of knowledge dealing with these places in Africa, and I know enough people where I can say in Tanzania and Kenya, I know to avoid the risk. Here's areas where I don't want to be invested in,
Okay.
and I could. So those are things I'm looking at first, and especially in Kenya, they just recently had another political. Um, they had a little political conflict going on. Where a lot of the young people, and I was building with my man about that, the dude from Kenya, he was telling me about it too. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta have awareness about all that stuff. So I, I'm just doing the knowledge to what they're talking about. I'm not ready to make any investments yet, but yeah, if there's things we want to do collaboratively, I'm down for that too. As Supreme Mathematics stated,
Yeah,
we
no, I
definitely have.
just like I said for me, God, like I said, I'm connecting the dots. It's not so much like I'm looking for any of us to jump in, you know, and put any of our resources into that. I just want us. The first resource is really just doing the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because I got some students in that part of the world, you know, that could, you know, help us with boots on the ground, at least in South Africa, you know, like in Johannesburg or Pretoria. You know, but
I
overall,
got you.
you know, brothers is over there and making moves. I want to at least have us do the knowledge of what's going on. So when we are ready, we have, we have the knowledge of what we're getting into.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to go on a tangent. I want to stay on topic, but go ahead. Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is this: we got to go to the circumference, right? That's why I was saying I was recommending that maybe if we have a timeshare, or if y'all want to work with me on my timeshare, we can take a trip over there and actually go see it and see who we're dealing with.
Yeah.
And then also,
Yeah.
let's not just go for the real property. Let's go for the land, because the land is what we are owed as reparations. So just like the United States owes reparation, that our country owes us reparations from where we've been kidnapped from. So they have different programs for us as former tenants of our own land that they got to work with us with. We need to look into those things, because I know they're trying to do traditional real estate, but that's not where I'm at. I'm into creative real estate. Look, my own people did not know we were over here. I doubt that seriously. They did not really know we were over here. So we need to let them know that all this time since we've been over here, what have you done with us? And we are coming back home with knowledge of ourselves. And we need to understand how to reconnect back to this land, which means that yes, it's a forum for a political base, but we need to understand that there's land guard that they want to work with you if you're coming back to live there or build there. And that's what I didn't get into that with them, but that's what my mind is going at. Because we are owed so much, Lord, for what devastation that we have been through in this country and all over the globe. Yeah. And we're still going through it.
Yeah.
I think
trying to
more in
find a
Ghana.
way.
I think what you're talking about, Supreme Mathematics, they have more programs in Ghana, which is West Africa. Kenya is more west. Pardon me, is more East Africa.
Yeah.
Right. Well, what is controlled by Western world? What is not controlled? We got the new bricks that they're trying to build over there now. So there's a lot of different infrastructure and things that we need to wrap our head around as the nation, because we're not going in there unconscious now. We're going in there conscious, and the goal that the Father left us with. And I think maybe perhaps we may need to do a video with Firstborn ABG, since the sign of the flag, the sign of the on the pole, when we did that, our firstborn brother said that Allah wants us to get some land we can call our own. So now, getting land that we can call our own can be everywhere. Now, you ain't gonna get that in New York like that. New York is not the place for that.
Right.
It was the springboard for the property, but not for the land. I'm down here with the land. A lot of people don't want to come down here. They want to bring everything back up north all the time. And up north does not have, I'll be quite honest, don't have what I have down here to build farms and things like that. So we looking at Africa, we gotta look at Africa from the same perspective and look at it from what Allah required for us to do. All this other pussyfooting around, all this other stuff we doing, individualism, that's nice. But when we're talking about nation building across the globe, then we need to pull documentation on how we can secure some land that we call our own. Now, I know you hear a whole lot of people say, I ain't going back to Africa. That ain't my home. That's not where I'm coming from with this. Where I'm coming from with this is the resources.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, if they got something here they can call their own, prove it to me. As far as what I've been seeing, everybody been renting and borrowing money to pay and consuming. There is no real land being bought.
Okay.
And everybody, they getting older. A lot of them still stuck in their ways. And that's why I want to deal with the young. I want to work with new minds that are willing to take this thing to another level, which means forming these operating agreements, forming these LLCs, and getting into the infrastructure of what they're offering us, because this is where we need to be at right now on the real estate part and in the commercial space. That's not very, I'm talking, when I talk commercial, guard, I'm talking actually getting land, only we can call our own, but fruit tile of the land. Being able to be distributors of fruits and vegetables in our own, because right now we don't control none of that.
Nope. No, we don't.
None of it. And it's because we don't have no land. We don't have a relationship with people who have land, because they don't see anything that we're doing with them that can make a partnership work towards that type of goal. And then, you know, what I'm learning more and more about the father, because I wasn't there with him, but with his sons, was that they was held responsible for getting it, but they chose to teach more than anything else. So, you know, now we're stuck with having a bunch of teachers and we ain't got no producers building some stuff. We need
Right.
to build.
Right. True indeed. All right, yo. So Supreme Math, yeah. Everything you just stated, God, that was peace. We need to write that down as a action item and agenda topic, right? As far as acquiring land that we can call our own for the nation, and then we got to just find those like minds that's in agreement with that. Like you say that there's just some people that's not gonna move. They just say, nah, I ain't doing that. So I understand what you're saying, God, and I'm with you on that as far as acquiring
We need to
land.
form a committee. We need
Yeah.
to form a committee. I built on this already, God, a year ago.
Okay.
And Allah Infinite videotaped me on. I spoke about insurance, how we can raise the money. I spoke about the land that we can that we can call our own. All these different things. This stand by for a minute, God. I got to do something real quick.
Okay.
So y'all continue to build while I take care of this, okay?
Yeah. So Allah Infinite.
Yeah.
All right, God. Yeah. So yeah, when we have these meetings, God, let's just make sure. My suggestion is we put out an agenda ahead of time so we all know what we're going to build on and be prepared. That way we can make the best use of our time and, you know, get some things accomplished we want to get accomplished.
Correct.
So as far as, I mean, tonight, I think the main discussion topic and action item is for the IT and the operating agreement. I need the IT piece as far as what needs to be built and done. That's kind of all complete. I'll push it to Supreme Math. It's about the financing for it, and I need to read those
Yeah,
documents.
send it to me again, because I'm looking. I got so many emails. I got so many.
Yeah, I know, God. I know. I'll push it. That was my plan. When I send it tonight, I'm gonna send it out to everybody again.
Yeah, send it to me. Send it to me. And what I'm gonna do, because listen, Infinite Thought. He said, you know, he built his own. He has one. He has a Nas that he built himself at his rest.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's peace.
So
I mean, we're gonna need a couple of different devices though, God. You know what I mean? It's a lot of data.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I mean, I got one myself too. You know what I mean? I can throw drives in and I can keep expanding it. But we need a couple of servers, and remember, it's gonna be some expenses associated with it as far as the power that it takes to run it
Peace,
all.
God. I'm back.
Yeah. See, and that's another thing. You talk about, you know, consumption of power.
Yep.
I think that's consuming power. You know, right now, you know, I live, you know, in an area where you know all that is included, but I know that's not that's a temporary thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not something that we can actually really bank on at
Yep.
all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. So, okay. So, you know, yeah, Supreme Math, I heard you back. I was just saying that we just need to list down a couple of different action items and objectives we want to accomplish, and then, you know, just send out a meeting invite. Well, ahead of the meetings, we just need to send out the meeting agenda and just say this is, you know, the topic of discussion and what we're gonna scope the discussions for the night. So I understand tonight, you know, we want to follow up what we talked about last time, which is the whole IT aspect. And we just need to talk about the financing at the next meeting for it. And I mean, basically, no, what we need to do is bring in the committee on this, and I'll brief, you know, what I drafted up, and then at that point, you know, have a discussion on what was briefed, you know, as far as I got slides for it and everything, and then go forward from there on thoughts on the financing part. You know what I mean? How we gonna raise the capital to build it all?
Right.
Yeah,
Right. That's what
build and
we
operate
gonna
it.
have to do, God.
Yeah,
What we have
operate.
to do, God. Do you have a LLC open at all, Almighty God?
I do. Let me see. I got a real estate. I got another one. It's like a holding company for real estate. So yeah,
Okay.
I
All
got
right.
two
All
LLCs.
right. So here's what we need to do, because all of us that have LLCs have different credit scores. We all have different financial things that are going on. The whole thing is to put it into the business, and let's make it a tax write-off. We need to form a
Yeah,
committee for all these different um, different
goals.
organizational mindsets,
Yeah,
right? Because a real estate committee should have a real estate broker, real estate agents, investors, and
yeah,
all of them in the same cipher.
yes,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yes,
that way everything dealing with that point will be built on around all the 8 points,
yeah,
and then they come together and raise up money to do the real estate and so forth and so on. So each committee is going to be dedicated. So we have IT committee. When they come up in nation business time, the IT committee can do like what Father Chabon was doing. He did the Renaissance. So he raised up money in Lau of what Bilal is dealing with. And form that infrastructure and continue that infrastructure with a I'm gonna say let's have a contract and to start it off. However, um, the contract can be based on, since it's going to be individuals coming in, got to qualify them. What licenses do they have? What
yes,
educational
yeah,
background? What experience do they
yes,
have in dealing
right,
with that field? Then
right,
once they are voted in into that committee, then they are dedicating 2 years to 5 years of their service towards seeing that particular committee grow, complete its agenda before it jumps into another committee. Okay?
yeah,
And that commitment to that committee is going to also require contribution. Because in the operating agreement, if your own business, you have an operating agreement, you have to do a capital contribution, and that capital contribution could be information, equipment, credit cards, anything that we can do. So that way, raising the money up is one thing, but you in the gold mine may need to work on it. So that's labor and time. We want to
right,
make sure you paid and compensated for your labor and your time. Unless you denounce that and want to have that contribute to something else, that's on you. But we got to get in the process of making sure that we doing business with people and also making sure people are getting paid for their time for what they're doing, because you're not doing that for free, God. I understand this culture has freedom in it, but we're talking about building a freedom and reaping the rewards down the road. Okay? So that's main thing that needs to be done. The 8 point flag needs to look like an 8 point expansion with the 16 points, because there's so many different points I can touch on. But it has to be a committee. You got the people that want to teach. Okay? We got principals doing real estate that don't know nothing about real estate.
huh,
Well, I'll tell you, he's not really into real estate. He's a
yeah,
principal. His job is to get the babies and make sure curriculums is there for the babies, because he's correlating with the principals of the schools. So if the schools see that there's a committee being formed, now we're beginning to form a relationship with people all over the world, because that's how they sit down, and then we can do what we need to get done. It's not that hard. It's just that
right,
we need to screen people and make sure people qualify, background checks and things like that. So they gotta be willing to submit to that, God. And then once those things are cleared up, then we can present this ideal on paper and have the nation vote on it and say, look, this is what we want to do. Is this the setup, the foundation for us to be able to move forward, and then we can mirror that from one region to the other.
right.
Similar to what Sabu Supreme is speaking about. A lot of everybody was speaking about a lot of great things at this last parliament. However, we up against the wall now. Things got to get done. The city
Things
is
got.
tired of sitting there watching us talking and
That's
not
right.
getting nothing done.
That's right. That's right to Zach. Right to Zach, God. Yep. Yeah, so I mean, that's what I've been doing, God. I've been grinding, man, and quietly in the background. Allow effort to tell you, I mean, I sent them everything. I haven't said much about it. It's just like we got to get the work done, man. I rather do the
Got to
work
get the
and then
work
talk
done.
about it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. All this pussyfooting around, running our mouths, and
Right.
that's enough. Enough of that.
Enough
Okay,
of that.
it's come to the point now where we're gonna have to function as grown Asiatic black men doing business on a business platform with people that understand the language of business the way we should understand it. And then having a relationship with them will bring about the revenue, will bring about the donations, because there's people that want to give us money, God. We don't know who to give it to. Who can we trust? So a living trust needs to be formed amongst the committees. And that living trust will protect our interests. That will also allow us to invest money into money that makes money while we go on a rest. We shouldn't have to come to a parliament and pass a bottle around to raise up money. That money should be going electronically into a business account where it's being controlled and monitored by people who are business minded on how to do that. Because if the money's in the bank, can't steal it, number one. And number two, it's accountability.
Right.
So when something needs to get done, I don't have to keep going about, yo, God, let's go to Parliament and raise up money for people that ain't really raising up no money. They don't want to raise up no money. All they want to do is come there to visit and see what's going on and keep it moving. You know, we need to really form people that's dedicated. So just like how we doing right now, we need the next meeting, we need to sit down and say, God, let's come up with a name of an LLC, which is what I told the Lord Jamel about. I mean, I think Law Infinite, I think you know this already, but it's bringing us speed. Whoever comes on that call with us can't just be on the call to put their 2 cents in. We're not doing with 2 cents no more. We're talking about actually forming an infrastructure. The same thing I was going to do with the guards out Morocco. Form an infrastructure, connect the dots, and then they got the resources because the money's in the nation. But they're not going to come up to no parliament. They're going to keep hearing the same people doing what they're talking about, and then money's missing, things are out of order. They don't want to do that no more. New York's got a bad rap for that, straight up and down. And a lot of people don't want to tell them they got a bad rap for it because they want to mirror, they want to sweep it under the rug. No more sweeping stuff underneath the rug. We got to take accountability. And accountability is responsibility. So that's what I see moving forward to make all prescribed law of the said entity of that ability. Stop putting this on individuals because people lie. Numbers don't. But entities are held responsible for structures that make it walk and talk. And that's how the people come into play. Now I can hold you accountable for what you say out your mouth because you took an office as a committee to the finance department. So your job is to focus strictly on financing. Like I let y'all know, God, y'all got to put this thing on autopilot. You can't be out there doing all that physical labor. Once you lay the foundation down, I need you to be what your name say. Sit back and control it. Watch it, monitor it, so that when all these viruses, only people start coming into the cipher, y'all got a team set up that handles that. I don't need to hear nobody say, we're going to kill this brother and do this and that. And he even got a pot to piss and want to throw out, and he's a felon himself. And talking about he going to go on some mission on somebody. We can't do that. We can't keep putting people who have backgrounds. I love my family, but if your background is not squeaky clean, you can't be in a certain position, and we need to set up a security team to do that. That way we're monitoring everything. And then it can be presented to the parliament the proper way with those who can orate it, from the wisdom correctly. Therefore, we say Allah Akbar, we have a team set up to go deal with that. Special forces that'll come knock on your door, say, give us our lessons, you exile, and we better not see you at a parliament, any events or nothing, and we put that out through the region because we're controlling the data to put it out there the proper way. And anybody have any problems or questions about that, they got to come to an IT team. And then they're answering to the committee of the nation because we're getting feedback from the nation on what they want to see done moving forward. So we'll be a nation to be respected as well as a nation to be implementing all the different systems that are set up right now that we need to use every day.
Hey,
every single day.
Part of self, God. Don't wait to cut your wisdom. I got you. Allah Infinite, how much time we got left on this call?
It's not saying right now. I think we good. We good. We should be all right.
All right. So this is all right. So Supreme Math. My suggestion and my thought is everything you're saying is peace, God. I'm with you. We got to just set some timelines, man, and some dates. We can talk about all of these things, but unless we start setting some milestones and some dates, we could keep talking about it every week and not ever get anything done.
No,
So,
we're not gonna do no more talking, God. I'm done with the talking.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. No more pussyfooting around. We're not doing no more talking. We're gonna put the work in. So the next day we come together, gold mine, everybody that you need to get on that IT team to get that thing built that you need to get built. Let's get them on the call with us. And Allah Infinite gonna document it now so we can get everything together. And that next call is gonna complete that and how we gonna get that money for you. Because once you get the money, now we are responsible for getting the work done.
Well,
then I can come in with everything else.
That's what
I really don't have no relationship with that, God.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about now. We need to set a date and on the agenda discuss about the LLC structure, operating agreement, and the financing. So we gotta just sit down and have a conversation on that. I'll do the knowledge on the documents sent. This upcoming weekend I won't have
kind of touches on it. The EUL kind of touches on that in terms of like the structuring and everything. That's why he was sending it to you so you could do the knowledge to it. So
yeah,
see what you want or don't like, or we can adjust it to our likings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see. This upcoming weekend is what?
Like the building born day.
Yeah, next Sunday. That's gonna be the 9th, the born day. Yeah. So I can meet on next Sunday. I know you said Infinite Thought gotta work.
Yeah, I'll send out something to him tonight to confirm with him. I'll probably be talking to him, within the next 2 days anyway. But I'll shoot him a text to see, what his time is like.
My suggestion as far as the proposal is to go over I can brief basically what we have as far as the IT requirements. So everything Supreme Masters is building on as far as the team we need to have, qualifications for it, skills, knowledge, skills, abilities, and then what we're trying to do. And then at that point, after that's brief, we gotta
make sure they be willing to submit to a background check, God, because you've done it with infrastructure that if a crime is committed or we do something wrong, or not that we will do, we got to make sure that everybody's on point. Okay?
Yeah.
You got to submit to a background check, God. If Gold Mine them got anything, you got to disclose that. We don't need no felonies or no people like that. If that's the case, they need to be silent partners. Do not put them on paper.
Right.
Don't put them on paper, because if you do, when you go in the banks to start getting with money to do things with them banks, everybody has to be ran. Banks are not going to just run one person. They're going to run everybody that's involved that's coming to get the money.
No,
at some point, we're going to have to deal with these banks. So don't put nobody on paper that ain't qualified. If they ain't qualified, tell them to disclose it now or forever hold your peace. Now, add on what you're saying, God.
Well, I can bring up the qualifications as far as from an IT perspective. What you just built on, I mean, that's something I haven't thought about, but that's, again, why we have all our minds on these calls and we all going to add on, So, I mean, that's something that we have to add into it. So after this next call, at that point, the meeting after that, I think that on the agenda, it should be all about the LLC structure. At that point, we should be sending out back briefing materials as far as, everything that was sent to me, but just more about how we're going to set up the LLC structure, the operating agreement, and the financing, and go forward from there. So just to recap, my suggestion is it's a two-part, a two-part segue from here, or 2 phases. First phase is just go over what is the requirements here as far as for what we're trying to do. Right now, we're trying to secure and solidify the IT infrastructure. We need an IT committee, IT team to do this. So here's everything we need for that. But of course, also we want to build a LLC structure for this. So we're going to come together at the next meeting and have that, and then basically kind of hash that out, or just refine it. We're gonna put everything out there and refine it, and then after that meeting, we should be all walking away and going forward as far as to execute everything. Like this is it's like you said, it's basically time to apply our knowledge and put everything into activation, and then basically see the results through understanding, walking through mathematically.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean,
absolutely.
That's my suggestion. Like I said, break it up to 2 parts. So meeting agenda goes out. This is what we're going to discuss about everything with the IT. So everybody understands that. And then the meeting after that is like setting up the LOC to address that, and then also and to have everybody just that's what we've all prepared to basically discuss. Everyone needs to be prepared as far as with their thoughts, ideas. Like I said, some of the materials as far as what we need to review and think about everything we've looked at, and then come with the rest of that input, and then make a vote. Okay, we want this in it, or this we should basically remove, right? So what we want to add, what we want to delete, remove, refine it, come away with something as far as so just putting it together on the dates. Next week is the whole IT thing on a Sunday, and I guess a Sunday following that. I'd say the 23rd. On the 23rd, we should have something in writing that we all have as a first initial draft on the operating agreement for the LLC.
Correct. Now we're talking. Now we're really moving somewhere. And
Yeah.
then we can finalize that, because by that time everything will be structured.
Yeah.
No.
Structured, yep.
No, I'm gonna check right quick. Lock everything down.
So
Excuse me, Lord.
we got 9 minutes left.
Yeah. So
Okay,
yeah,
God.
the IT piece is easy, man. Not so easy piece is the finance and the LLC structure, and just getting everybody's agreement on that. And again, who's all coming to contribute and add on and be a part of the team. Some people at that point, we're gonna find out, who's true and living and who's real, and who's gonna step back and say, I don't know about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we lost Supreme Mathematics.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so all right, so yeah, we go. You're saying like by the 20th, but in the meantime, in between time, God, I'll be in tune with you, and drawing up. I'm coming across things daily and different ideas, and different things that are impacting our reality in terms of this IT world thing. So, and like I'm sending you things like and we're having those discussions. So I'll be doing that periodically, but as far as the Wisdom Understanding Day, yeah, peace,
Can
God.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, God.
All right.
Yeah. So by the Wisdom Understanding Day, you saying we should have something in writing. You know what I'm saying? And
As far as the business operating agreement, everything in writing. As far as the IT stuff, that's
all right.
It's kind of already there.
I'm good.
So next Sunday,
back?
we should all be reviewing over it.
Come back.
Okay.
And refining it.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Because you got the EUL, so I mean, so you could do the analysis of that, and
yep.
We could touch base. We could touch base on that. Basically anytime. And go over that. And but by the 23rd, we should have like answers. Basically, that's what you're saying.
There should be a document that we have up on the Zoom, and we're scrolling through it line by line and having a discussion on it.
Right.
Basically, yes, we all in agreement, or no. And then what do we have to do to get all in agreement? Kind of like we drafting up the Constitution. But I mean, it's the operating agreement. How we going to agree to move forward and, like I said, execute on everything.
Right. Well, like I said, the EUL is that basically. It's just that we just got to really now it's just a matter of agreeing on it. You know what I'm saying? So that the draft is already there as far as the EUL. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So the draft is already there. So it's just a matter of you agreeing on it, a matter of you saying yay or nay, or what parts of it that you like, or what parts that you think that should stay, and what parts should be amended.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So but we have a
set date. It's a lot to digest, Master Cigar. So
yeah,
we just want to get a brief synopsis of it. That's a lot to entail. That's a structure with a corporation of 100 and plus people. Okay. Because that's what it really should look like, 100 plus members. But that's just a ballpark figure on how we can structure it, and it can be, spread out across the globe. Because then we come into the table with people in other countries and even throughout the regions, and we got our little thing right here what we need to have. I got the transportation, the real estate, we got the IT, we got everything in there that we can put in that infrastructure, right in that operating agreement. It's all can be put in there.
Real quick, what's in the operating agreement already as far as for those different divisions and committees you just mentioned, as far as transportation, real estate, is that already in there?
It's not literally in there, but it's questions and blocks in there for all
Okay.
that to be put in it.
Okay.
That's what the God is saying. All we got to do is agree to that kind of structure. If we agree to that structure, then the contribution and everything that needs to be done, medical, dental, resources, legacy, all that's in there, God. Everything is covered. All we got to do is agree to it line by line and go through it maybe session by session. Let's break it up. If it's 100 pages, let's break it up and do 20 pages
Yeah.
per session.
Yeah.
And go through them 20 pages and structure those and then have a meeting and vote on it. And then that structures that. Then take another 20 pages and structure each one up into the Wisdom Understanding Day. So that at least by the time the next parliament come in, we already on board. We're ready to show and prove. This is how it should look.
Right.
This is what we want to lay down.
Okay, gotcha. All right. All right, question here, follow-up question. So Supreme Mathematics, you was adding on before earlier about having a team. And, I went to a good Black Business Expo convention where they had a lot of good discussions there. One of them, they had this guy, he calls himself, it was an original man. He says he's a millionaire next door. He works as a certified professional accountant, but he says, you need a bail me team. Your bail me is your banker, your accountant, your insurance person, and your lawyer, right? BAIL. So we should have people on that call on the 23rd or whatever we're going to have it, that all comes from those different positions and has that that background and that experience and has that viewpoint, that perspective to basically look at it and make sure that the operating agreement or the EO, whatever you're calling it, is pretty solid. Because they could say there's a gap here that's missing from an accountant perspective. There's a gap here missing from the insurance perspective. There's a gap here missing from the legal lawyer perspective. There's a gap missing from the bank. So they can come in, because I'm coming in from the IT experience and expertise, and that's my lens, right? That's my see, how I'm looking at things. But I'm gonna be missing the whole banking. So you need that other, those other people on the team that can sit there with you and look at it. The M and the E, one is marketing for the M, and then the E is for an engineer. And your engineer is your builder. So I mean, whatever it is you're doing, you got financial engineers, you got real estate engineers, but they know how to build and engineer those type of deals. That's where they come in. Or actually do the hands-on work or whatever it is that's required to do it, So on that, like on a video build I had with a lot of infant, I was telling them, when you're really doing this data science and computer science, you need data engineers, you need electrical engineers, you need computer engineers. These are just people that know how to build these things, right? Draw the blueprints, the architectural designs, and then actually build it based on the architectural designs. So anyway, that's just something to consider. Like I said, we want to have those people. We want to kind of have them people coming on board as well and have them identified and ready on that call. And then we'll really have something solid that we can build on from that point. We really have a good foundation laid, right? We'll have the knowledge laid and can add on from there. So yeah, I'll do my part from the IT
2 minutes
perspective.
left, God. We got 2 minutes left.
I'm gonna do my part from the IT perspective, and I'll be ready for that next Sunday. I'm gonna
All
take a look at the operating agreement and send out, what was already kind of drafted up tonight.
All right. So once we get a time and schedule for the next Sunday, I'll be ready for y'all, and we're ready to move forward, and let's get this ball rolling, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. All right. I'm good. I'm
Indeed.
not going to use no more that language that I'm using because I just want to make it clear that that's what we've been doing. So we ain't doing that no more. So now we walk as the Son of Man. Let's get it done. Let's get it done, God, because time is flying by, and
Right.
this was the power year. All that talking we done. Let's start putting the work in, and let's make things concrete so we can come in and show and prove wisdom, power, add on. Allah, girl, Allah is the God. Always has been, always will be.
There you go.
All right.
The power add on. That's right. Being Allah God. That's right. True indeed.
Okay, Almighty. All right, we good. It's a good bill. Another good bill.
Most definitely.
I'll post this up, God. I'll be in tune with you, Supreme Mathematics, during the week when I get to the other side, and I get settled in, and we could, do the other call on the size of the insurance. We coordinate that as well.
Indeed, God. Indeed, God. I got you covered. No problem.
Okay.
All right,
Appreciate you,
Lord.
God.
Love y'all. Y'all be
Love y'all.
safe out here. Okay, God?
Love y'all too.
All
All
right,
right, peace.
peace to the
All right.
gods.
Peace
Peace
to
to
God.
God.